The spiritual world works with the number 12. 12 power fields that emanate the 12 zodiacal signs. There are 12 planets, counting also the destroyed planet Phaeton, the planet Volcano, which is between the Sun and Mercury, and the 12th planet behind Pluto. In John's Revelation, there are 12 gates through which life flows into us. There are 12 brain centers, 2 parts of 12 hours in a 24-hour period, 12 equal half-tones in the well-tempered scale. Jesus Christ had 12 disciples and 12 stops on his way to Golgotha, and so on. If we look around, we can find a lot of expressions of the number 12. This is the language of the divine world. It teaches us and works on us with the number 12. In Sunrays, we also have 12 radial beams directed to the center. The circle continues to exist. It has radiated these 12 beams directed to the center. Living energy continuously streams from the divine source of life. It is being taken by the 12 radial beams and spread to the periphery and the circle. The circle of the sun rays represents the movement of the earth around the sun. That means the beams move radially, while the circle moves forward and backward, forward and backward. Thus, it resembles the clock mechanism. This is the way the connection between mind and heart functions. The radial beams approach the center and take over the primordial rhythm of the sun in its purest form, carrying it out to the periphery, to the circle. The circle accepts it, utilizes the energies, processes the rhythm, and returns the demagnetized energies back to the sun. We can make an analogy with the heart, having in mind the arterial and venous blood. The pulse of the heart is connected with the pulse of the sun. The Master says that the sun is inhabited by higher intelligent beings who have the form of a circle and live in the center of the circle. It is they who, fluttering around the sun, create the impression of vibrations visible at sunrise. Thus they send love and life to all living beings on Earth and in the whole solar system. So the arterial blood coming out of the heart, the radial beams bring the pure rhythm of the sun, transmit it to the circle, and take back the demagnetized energies, that is, the venous blood, back to the sun, which purifies it again. In sun rays, this is demonstrated by the steps of the retreating beams. All steps of the retreat of the beams are always one and the same. This signifies that the quality of the solar energy, which is a cosmic energy, is always the same, best quality. And with the advancing beams from the periphery to the center, the steps are always different. That is, the already utilized and demagnetized energies of the sunbeam approaching the center are always different. So the step is also different. The steps taking back the radial beams to the periphery are: the first retreat is 15 steps, the second retreat is 20, and the last retreat to the periphery is 13 steps. This is the last step, the 13th one. If we had stayed with the number 12, we wouldn't have been chased away from heaven. But human over-individualization brings us to the 13th step, the fatal one. And right here the circling starts.